This day and time. What happened today, years ago?
So, let's start way back. The oldest event on our list for June 22nd, the Battle of Pydna, that's 168 BC. This is right in the middle of the Third Macedonian War. Rome had sorted out Carthage, pretty much, and was really pushing its influence out across the Mediterranean. Next stop, Greece. And the main obstacle, the old kingdom of Macedonia, led by King Perseus. And he was definitely trying to, recapture some of Macedonia's former glory.
Exactly. It was this classic strategic clash, wasn't it? Rome pushing relentlessly east, and Macedonia trying to hold on, maybe even regain its traditional power base in Greece. Pydna was really the showdown that decided it.
Yeah, the source gives us a sense of the forces. Rome had its legions, maybe around 37,000 soldiers, plus elephants, led by Lucius Aemilius Paulus. And the article really stresses their tactical system, the maniple. Very flexible, great in a messy fight, adaptable. Though, interestingly, it does note they could sometimes be pushed back initially by just like a massive frontal assault.
Right. And facing them, King Perseus with his Macedonians, built around the famous phalanx. Now, the phalanx, that was this incredibly dense wall of spears.
Yeah.
Very powerful head-on. But its big weakness, as the source points out, was its rigidity. It really needed flat, open ground. And what's fascinating here, what the source calls the clash of military doctrines, it's exactly that contrast. You've got the Roman maniple designed for flexibility, for reacting, versus the Macedonian phalanx built for just sheer, overwhelming force, but only in the right conditions. It was about different ways of fighting, fundamentally.
So the battle itself apparently started with a fairly small skirmish, almost by accident. But then the main forces clashed. And yeah, initially that phalanx did its job. It just rolled forward and pushed the Roman lines back.
Right, it had all the momentum. But here's the crucial bit, the turning point the source emphasizes. As the phalanx advanced, the ground wasn't perfectly level. It became uneven ground, as the source puts it. And for that riddied formation, that was fatal. It started to crack, essentially. Gaps opened up in the line.
And that is where the Roman system just came into its own. Because they were flexible. The Roman soldiers with their short swords, the gladius, they could just flood into those gaps. Once you get inside that spear wall, the phalanxes, well, it's kind of helpless. The Romans basically dismantled it from the inside out.
And it didn't end there. Roman cavalry, the elephants, they hit the flanks of the now broken formation. King Perseus himself saw it was lost and, well, he fled. The source paints a grim picture of the aftermath. Something like 25,000 Macedonians killed, another 11,000 captured. Huge numbers.
Wow. Talk about decisive. And immediately after, Perseus was caught. And in this, ultimate show of power, he was paraded through Rome in Paulus's triumph.
Yeah, and connecting them to the bigger political picture, the consequences were enormous.
Yeah.
Macedonia was carved up, first into these four sort of puppet republics, and then later, Rome just absorbed it completely,